Hello and welcome. As you can see, we are here with my two 140s, and this video, I will say, it's straightforward, will be just me talking about stuff, so no wrenching here. If you don't want to hear me clapping, then you can turn off the video. But yeah, this video will be about this car and the suspension repairs. In the winter time, I made a video about suspension components and told you about a huge project which will be coming up in the spring, where I replace every single component in the suspension. Well, it is now the time, and it has been already done. So, without further ado, let's get straight into it. This job is very messy, I can tell you that, but here are the results. As you can see, everything is now installed. Bushings, the subframe video, the lower control arms, all of the zinc coated stuff, everything is installed on the car. Yeah, the car is now fully complete, if you will, and now I can drive it. Yeah, well, what can I tell you about this? I don't even know what to say. All I can say is that this is very time consuming. It looks like nothing, like undo a bolt, it just falls out, and well, it is not like that, I can tell you that. The rear suspension took me like, I don't know, with my friend we messed around for 2 days in the evenings, and basically not in the evenings but all the day. And yeah, but it is very worth it, because it is very pleasurable to now look at the under of the car, because everything is shiny, well, dirty but shiny. So yeah, for the rear suspension, basically what I did, I replaced every single one of the hoses with the copper lines. I tried to bend them as best as I can so they match the floor and so that they go to their locations. Yeah, for the fuel return lines too, and even changed the brake lines. They were pain in the ass, yeah, because they were not ever changed and they were stuck in this like mount point. But yeah, what else? The differential did come out too. I did replace the seals which are here on the both sides. This one I did not touch because I don't have a special tool for it. You need to like torque it correctly so it does not wear out the gears prematurely. Yeah, what else? Some new clips for the cables for the ASR system. Shocks have been replaced before, springs have been replaced before. New rubber boots for the half shafts, new clamps, zinc coated bolts even here. And yeah, I wanted to replace these metal things which hold on the parking brake, but they were still good, so did not touch them. And yeah, the driveshaft flex discs have been replaced too. As you can see, I did install FEBI ones. I will try to locate the signs. Yeah, made in Germany, and SGF. It is what you want to see on it, because then it is the good stuff. Yeah, while everything was taken apart, as you can see, some fresh paint here and there. I did weld some rust spots. There were some there. One was somewhere here. Yeah, you can see my weld marks. It came out pretty good for third time in life welding. Installed new clips for the brake line securing spots. And yeah, well, as much as I could install and as much as I could afford, I installed brand new. So yeah, was driving around with the car in this state for a while only the rear suspension was repaired. But then came the time to replace the front suspension. So now let's move forward. Let's take a look how the front suspension now looks. Well, it looks something like this. Everything is brand new and shiny, and yeah, zinc coated stuff. Everything is very superb. I just finished doing this. This took me 2 evenings, well, basically around 16 hours. I don't even understand how how can it took so long, because it looks simple, but again, what looks simple is not simple usually. Yeah, here, what did I replace here? I did replace these bushings for the lower control arm. I did replace every single component in the moving element section, like the lower ball joints, stabilizer links, upper control arms, new shock absorber for the steering, new center rod, new tie rods for the steering. I did even try hard to find original bushings for this unit, and I did find them from Maybach. Yeah, fun fact, Maybach parts fit on 140. Yeah, and fun fact, to replace this part, it looks like really accessible, but there is a huge bolt, a long one, which should come out, and the exhaust is in the way. Thankfully, on the straight 6 it is removed very easily. It is heavy, but nothing too difficult. But yeah, the same on this side, brand new bolts. I don't know, but I cannot like stop being happy about the bolts here, because they are just like funny but pleasurable to watch on, because they are like brand new. But yeah, alignment now is totally off in the rear, and on the front, as you can see, the rear tire is like this. Here, I think the alignment will be like this, like a Lightning McQueen, Kachow style. Yeah. The most fun part on the rear and on the front was the fucking springs. Man, I don't know how much tension is in the springs. Thankfully, I have spring compressor right there. But this spring even fell while it was compressed, and it launched, I don't know where. Thankfully, somewhere in here, and it don't damage me or anything. But it was just scary. But as you can see, I managed to do it. And yeah, sadly, I did damage the paint on the control arm while doing it. But this is first time me doing this kind of stuff, like rebuilding all of this suspension. What I'm sad about a bit is that I did not know that these upper like mounts for the stabilizer link are different on each side. I had them both zinc coated, but I had both right ones, and I needed to put back in the old one, and yeah, it looks like out of place, but it does its job. It's just in my brain. You want perfection, but what is this? Anyway, you want perfection, but you will not receive it. It comes with a time. Yeah, as I said, brand new upper control arms, shock absorbers. I did replace with used ones, with good used Zax ones last year. Springs, I did install new ones last year too. And to be honest, I'm very sad to see the quality of the same brand, the Zax. These springs are from them too. And as you can see, they are like very rusty already. Here, for example, like it is 10 years old. But quality nowadays, what can you do? So this is what it looks like now. All is pretty, all is good. Next place I'm going to visit is the alignment shop, because I did install brand new tires, and I don't want to drive with brand new tires. They will just be fucked off and eaten off from this alignment. So yeah, straight to alignment shop. Calipers I did restore a year and a half ago. I did paint them myself. My style with fence paint, which is like I don't know what it's called, but yeah, it is durable. As you can see, a year and a half later, and it is still present here. Usually these calipers look like this. So yeah, better than nothing. Brake discs I did not replace because they were good. They have a bit of a lip, but they are not shaking the car and braking perfectly, so no need to replace them. So yeah, this is the stuff which I replaced today. That was the rear suspension was like 3 weeks ago or something like that. But yeah, finally the car is done and it can go to alignment shop. What things I still need to replace and do is the oil leak, which is constantly coming from somewhere here. I suspect it is the front main seal, or sadly the oil pan gasket, but let's hope it's not. And yeah, something like this. Here is the pile of the old parts. What can I say? I can basically say that some of these elements could be left alone and not replaced. For example, the wheel bearings, they were still good. The knuckles, they were still good. The lower ball joints were good. This idler arm was good. No need to replace it. Tie rods, well, we can check them. No, we cannot check them, but I felt them and they feel good. As same as this shock absorber. One thing what was not good was this one, because as you can see it is movable with hand and has a crack here. So yeah, this was trash, but basically every single other element, as I usually say, the car could still drive. Even these elements, which are for the lower control arm, the bushings, they were still good. Yeah, what was not good was to find out that this control arm has been rusted out. Here, as you can see, this is not a drain hole, this is rust hole. And the same what happened on my diesel car in the winter. So yeah, be careful. These control arms may look good from the upper part, but in this corner, yeah, they are trash. Well, at least in my experience. Yeah, the fun part was some of the bolts. These bolts hold in the, what was it called? The dust shield for the brake disc, and they usually strip out. And when they strip out, I used the 12-pointed head and I just smacked it in with hammer, and the bolts came loose. So that's for that. A quick tip for you. This control arm, the left one, was replaced by me, and I did install brand new bolts. The black ones, the strong ones, they came out like zip zap, and out they went. But on the other side, some idiot has installed these bolts, which are not correct, because from factory, if I remember correctly, they should have been with these bolts, and there is no space to put proper head on some of these bolts, and for this one I stripped it out. The head, as you can see, it is round, and what I needed to do was to weld a nut on the inside of the car, on the engine bay. Thankfully I got access, and to like untwist it from the other side. So this is why it's fucked up, but out it went and all is good. Yeah, some of these elements I will keep, because knowing parts availability for 140 nowadays, it is better to keep some parts than to throw them in bin. For example, these camber bolts. This bolt is fucking massive, and it can be still restored and be like brand new. So I'm a keeper. I like to keep stuff. Why not? I have space to hold it, and yeah. So that's for the front suspension. One element I did not replace in the front suspension, which I very much wanted to replace, is this dust shield. But excuse me, it costs 110 euros or 120 euros for one side. That is just ridiculous in my opinion. So whatever it is, I will leave them as they are. They are a bit rusty and crunchy, but they are not shaking, and they are still like solid. So yeah, that's for the suspension restoration video. As said previously, a lot of fun to do this. As said, I spent around 16 hours on front suspension, and around, what was it? It was all of my vacation on the April. I spent a week on the rear suspension doing all of this shit. But I'm happy to see that the brake lines have been replaced. There was a rust hole here, which I welded up, and looks like it is holding up. Yeah, my weld quality. But it is what it is. I'm happy about the results, and everything works. Brakes work, ASR works, ABS works, suspension is not rattling, nothing is falling off. And fun fact, this control arm, as you can see, is not old. That's because one idiot behind the camera, me, drifted into a curb and bent this arm and smashed up the wheel. Yeah, that's fun fact how I drive my uh, historical car. But what can you do? It is it is a powerful car. It has 230 horsepower, and you should use all of them. So yeah, I don't even know what else to film you and to show you. I think I showed you everything, and yes. What else? What else? What else? Yeah, I noticed this thing is starting to leak from some connection here, I guess. Yes, but that's nothing. So for this video, I think it will be it. I still need to install the pans and still need to install the wheels, and I still need to go home and to get some rest because this was just painful. So I hope you enjoyed me talking shit about car suspension. I hope I told you something useful about it. And if you are willing to do this job, I highly suggest you to save up money because everything of this cost me like 1,000 euros, a bit more or a bit less. And it is very hard to find good parts. For example, for the lower control arm, you want to install only the old stock or original Mercedes stuff, which is Boge manufactured, and the rear bushings, these ones are from 1 to 4 chassis. They can be still obtained if you are lucky enough. Yeah, what I'm willing to say is that some of these parts you need to find to install them because, as said previously, parts availability on 140 is very poor. So yeah, expensive stuff, very time-consuming stuff. As said, I spent around 1,000 euros in parts, and if someone did this job for me, I'm not even imagining how much it would cost me, because oil change here costs around 50-60 euros, which is just remove the pan, remove this bolt, remove the filter, install oil, install the pan, and that's 60 euros. For this job, I think I would spend some 1,000 or 1,500 euros for it. So no way. I'm very happy for this lift, which a guy gave to me, and yeah, I'm saving a lot of money if we put it that way. So yeah, my voice is already fading from talking shit. Yeah, again, hope you enjoyed this video. If you need some parts, if you need some help about this thematic or repairs, feel free to text me. I can tell you everything about this. As you can see, I went through this. And yeah, see you soon in another video, probably with that garbage.